If your GE top-load washer is displaying error codes, not completing cycles, or just won't start, the main control could be the culprit. I'm William with AppliancePartsPros.com, and today I'll guide you through testing and replacing this critical part. Don't worry if this is your first time working on an appliance, it's easier than you might think. Let's get started. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. Let's start by getting our tools together. Today we'll need a 5/16 inch nut driver, a 1/4 inch nut driver, and a multimeter. Also, please remember that safety comes first. Always disconnect your top load washer by unplugging it or switching the breaker off. Use a 1/4 inch nut driver to remove the 3 screws securing the top of the console. Rotate the console forward to expose the control board. Locate the 3-pin connector labeled J7. Plug in the power cord and grab your multimeter. Set the washer to a drain and spin cycle and start it. Extreme care should always be taken when testing live voltage. Electric shock can cause serious injury. If you're uncomfortable using a multimeter around live power, please do not proceed with this test. Set your meter to volts DC. This is indicated by a V with a dotted or dashed line. Place the black meter probe on the red wire connector J7 and leave it there. Touch the red probe to the blue wire. You should see 12.8 volts DC. Next, move the red probe to the yellow wire. You should see a pulsing voltage. If either voltage is missing, the main control has failed. If both are present, stop the cycle and continue troubleshooting. If both are present, something else is causing your washer to not spin. If you're unsure how to use a multimeter, we put together a helpful tutorial. Check out the link in the description for step-by-step instructions. Here's how to replace it. We're removing the knobs from the console and setting them to the side. We're disconnecting the wires. We're grabbing our 5/16 inch nut driver and removing the mounting screws from the main control selector assembly, which includes the selector control. With the screws removed, we're lifting the boards out. Here's the old main control assembly and here's the new one. If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at AppliancePartsPros.com. We're setting the main control assembly into the console and securing it with the screws we removed. We're connecting the wires. We're installing the back console panel, securing it with the 2 screws on the inside, and then rotating the console into place. We're securing them together with the screws we removed at the beginning. We're inserting the knobs onto the stems. We're plugging the power supply cord in, and with that, we're done. Great job taking the initiative to get your GE top-load washer running smoothly again by testing and replacing the main control. We'd love to hear how your repair journey went, so feel free to share your experience in the comments below. If you find you still need a new control, just grab your model number and visit AppliancePartsPros.com. Most orders arrive within just a couple of days. Thanks for choosing us as your go-to resource for appliance repair, and we look forward to helping you tackle your next project.